feel difficult breathing in and out.
Jeez, okay.
And it need to look locally because if you like to keep coin on forehead area, third eye area, it need to look like locally because then is different situation on different location or maybe.
Okay.
When you look on third eye area, it should work on heart area and throat energy center and so on, same way. But you need to remember what way is correct, or just trust how feels.
We need to speak about this again, okay? Definitely. I'm very interested in these things.
Easy. It's easy when no is
We'll
easy.
just sneak ourselves into record here while the eminent guests natter and yatter away, gossiping away. And
Surprise.
we'll now sneak in. Oh, he's walked off. He's bloody walked off, hasn't he? Well, there he is. He's walked off, and how am I going to sneak in? So, he's got a spoon. He's got a bending spoon. So, anyway, this is Basis 66 Part 4, I think. And away we go. From Finland, we have Aura, and from South Africa, we have Aurora, and from Finland, we have Mika. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Basis 66, away we go.
Yeah.
Okay, who's Mika? Mika.
Yeah. If I start yesterday notes, because we was talk so many things, I was make notes what I was not have moment to read yet, or just more words and more perspective and just like a more detail. How feels time travel is somehow.
Before you actually start that, do you want to just round off, assuming that we've edited this and we've got Part 3 edited, and you've sent a number of files?
Yes.
Could you back reference those files, and or also if there's anything that you want to sort of summarize picking up from Part 3, and then we seamlessly go into Part 4?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Was you understand?
Well, people would have just seen you how to build a device.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On Part 3.
Yeah, like to say more. More like.
So,
about this.
Is there anything you want to just recap about that?
Today I was at silver coin or gold coin or any coin. What
Bitcoin or OneCoin?
No. But it's like what I was at today. But what I was like to say yesterday, I was already say on records what I was sent to you, what you add to Part 3. So I not have to repeat same what I was say already. But what I was like to say yesterday on Part 3, I was like to say when I find from this not same effect what spider effect is. This positive effect what you get with flow resonance effect is grounding, is like a healing or a help to healing and faster flow, stronger flow, and more energy and so on. So it's like a very strong positive effect. It may generate some talk to for physical body when not have used to, because physical body is used to low and lag already, and when you add some tools what boost the horizontal flow or combination flow, different flow directions, then it's like a shock to for physical body temporary before physical body recover or used to, what take about 10 seconds. So when look this stuff, is good to hold breathe in and out about 10 seconds and then look can you breathe in and out. So I was make yesterday this family version what is similar but one band version, and this like a minimal, and when place this to head, then it's good to look what direction is correct way, and then if not used to, then even correct way may feel like I need to wait about 10 seconds before can breathe in and out like a clearly or normal.
Okay.
So it's
okay, that's interesting.
about what I was like to say, because this tool is already so strong, is generate more or less some type shock for physical body with fast flow.
Okay. Does it help with dreams or anything like that? Does it help with that?
Yes.
Dreams?
Yes. Dream state can be more clear, so you remember your dreams, and you may have better control. It's like a better grounding. You get your own space and your own field stronger, more flow.
Okay.
So, but it's like a full responsibility situation. Person who do and use keep is like an idea what may not have to, but what when like to help on being need to look at what work and how work and so on. So it's idea to start to help on being, because without tools, physical body have low and lack situation almost no matter what do. It's easier with tools, more or less.
Okay. Yeah.
But cannot point, cannot like do this tool and use this tool because for said, but because when you like to help your own being and you may feel you want to look, is up to you. So I not take responsibility. I say my own experience. I have looked this stuff already years. This stuff what I have is
Lost your signal there, Mika.
people have confirmed to me is work more or less, and so my own experience. So
Okay. I think that there was some signal problem, so you just need to, if you don't mind, just repeating the last 5 sentences. Sorry.
And what I was like to add, perfect tools not exist. So when you try to find perfect tools or perfect beings on physical dimension, you not find. There is only tools and beings who work or what with can work, but you cannot find perfect. So you need to look how to work with and how to do. And it's good to start what have already. What I have showed for people to do first thing is seize out backs, like 2 backs differently and connect from center, and then place different part of physical body or under legs. I have 2 pair under legs, what feels good under legs.
A seesaw.
Seesaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheap tool is about €5 6-pack.
Okay.
I mean, what sort of weight are we dealing with? Just a lot of sea salt in bags?
I have kilo packs. I have 1 kilo 1 pack. So it's but even half kilo may work good. And I was saying to Aurora today, even better tool or can make similar tool but smaller size when have very small grain size crystal stones, rounded shape like a pocket stones. Plenty in small pack and can keep in center hands and different part physical body, and is even stronger in smaller size when it's crystal stones. Clear quartz stone like a mountain crystal stone or mountain rocks crystals or like what is Lemurian type crystal stones are best. But when you have mixed different type crystal stones, it's may multi-frequency, multi-wave quality. So even mix different stones make good idea. I have look only clear crystal stones. But it's a lot stronger. Sea salt is cheap and fast to look and pretty good, but crystal stone is stronger.
What exactly is that again? Crystal stones of what? Of
like when you look from internet with words or ask from shop like small size, very small size, but not sand size, but small size crystal stones like pocket stones are rounded stones. And
in other words, the sort of stones you pick up cheaply, which are sort of almost going to be thrown out. The sort of just a rubbishy sort of random.
Like best stone what can have is clear Lemurian crystal stone or mountain crystal stone or mountain rock crystal stone is same stone but different names. It's a clear stone.
Right. Does it need to be clear?
And then you can have all stone what have over 50% silica content. You can have different stone as well. Every stone what have over 50% silica content do fast flow, have strong polarity. And when you have small stones, what you mix together, then you have like a multi-flow situation. You don't need to look what direction you keep tool or work with. All directions work.
Okay.
So it's easy tool and extreme strong tool. Feels very good. And easy to carry in pockets or keep on hands or bottom leg or head area. So.
Okay.
And I would like to say something about time travel yesterday. How I feel time travel is like keep beings in trap. So it's like a storage. It's like a keep it like beings side. They are stuck in time, and then information and so information is manipulated. Now, what is situation when you have your own direct connection to Akashic record, to recorded history? You not need information from others. You can read history, you can know history by just look with your attention without fear. What you like to know with your attention, you start to know. Faster or slower, but you start to know. And now what time travelers have do is look like they have tried to collect information without have own connection to know. And they have
own connection to what?
Well, when have enlightenment or when have third eye, start to have own connection. So you start to know without ask from others, without ask from people, without like even before you ask, you just have attention to know. You start to know. It's like a faster way. And how looks like a time travel situation have tried to get information and manipulate information with way how beings who do time travel or use time travel or benefit from time travel are beings who not have own connection. Was make sense?
It does. I can understand what you mean when I.
Yeah. If you can make more clear, it's good to right now if you like to.
Yes. If you're in time, you're traveling in time. You're basically in the time barrier or time loop. Is that right? You're in a loop.
Yeah, it's like a loop because when time travelers was go to travel time, what they was seeing people and beings who was repeat they was repeat their own being and they was like a loop. They was on loop.
Yes.
As far somebody was start to talk today. So when somebody was give their own attention to situation and start to talk, then person was turned to talk and like stop that loop. What was like a logic mind generated, because when you have logic mind, then in some point you need reboot your mind. But when you cannot reboot your mind, and others not have access to reboot your mind, you need to reboot your own mind. But when you cannot, then you start to repeat something what is logic.
Yes.
You like when you eat, then you may do this like years or months or weeks without stop.
Automatic.
Yeah. How do people how do people reboot their mind? How do they do that? Or what procedure?
Time trap works like with way how you not have everything disappear. So you have only your own situation, your own program. You not have a connection around, and you not have like a distance like to focus, and you not have like a point to you not have horizon. Everything is disappear.
That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. When I experienced my breaking away or reboot, that's a nice way of putting it, from the programs, the super soldier programs, for example, I started to feel love as a key for me personally, and that helped me to experience that time started to disappear. The pockets of time started to disappear. It became as if it was more spatial, okay, and more than spatial, as if it was nothing and everything at the same time. Does that make sense? I mean, it's like
it's like a moment. It's like a moment.
Yeah.
When time fade out, that illusion fade out. So you not have
Correct,
even
correct.
horizon. You
There
just
was
have
nothing.
your own space. You just have
Exactly.
your own physical body or your own being and your own space and your own field. But and what is worst case scenario? You have your own self programming. What with you was before connect your own thing
Yes.
to others program. But when the program is like a disappear because everything disappear.
Yes.
When truth is different what you was used to think and different when compared to logic mind, then you not know what to do because program not work and
That's
on-site
right.
program not work. So there have been beings stuck into time, stuck into state where everything other things disappear. You not know multidimensionally. You not know what is up, what is down, what is direction, where you are, because idea was not given before to you. You was
No,
believe something different.
that's your free will. People wouldn't know that they have that they experience free will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like a reality what others generate and what others keep up and others manipulate. But to what people give on energy and on money and on manifest, like a generate on manifest, but it's come from idea, come from others, and it's like
Yes.
a illusion time.
Yes.
So that's they use your own consciousness to create a prison for yourself. So you do you do all the work, and they just sit back and
Yeah.
That's it. Scooping up the cream.
Yeah. Is they use people to manifest and so is people life is made difficult. People react with give money and energy more easier, but people not know where money and energy go because it's not really told. So people support without know wrong direction, and it's in worst case scenario it's become trap. But
Yes.
best case scenario, person wake up.
Yeah.
Red and blue pill. It's like,
But what's the hardest is when you're in transition from waking up and knowing that there's certain things you have to do to do. You know what I'm saying? For example, to earn an income. This country is particularly very hard, so there's not a lot of opportunity for to earn
it's
very
like
easily.
minimal
So
chance. You just sit down your own place, or it's like when idea about life is made very small and you feel like you not have chance to do, you not have option.
Yeah.
So what would people do to try and break out of that? I mean, apart from noticing it in the first place.
Some screen that situation. Basically, only way they somehow know to locate them on being multidimensional to know to relocate. So they somehow start to know to travel because they are trapped in place, but they not know is place because everything is disappear because their own field was become stronger suddenly. But it's like a surprise. They don't know why, and because they was not know there was illusion. There was not no horizon was basically just generate artificially more or less.
I mean, I'm talking about people who are basically not awake at all. Who are in this treadmill.
But when they have go to trap, they have a slightly like a shift. So they are trapped with a shift. A similar situation how American military was made before time travel experience with the ship, and they was shift, and some people was trapped inside material, some people was trapped outside locations, like a empty space and so on. Similar situation, but they will shift. And when people shift and people not know physical shift can be done, then people easily become trapped in time.
I want to just add to what you're saying, Mika. I agree with you 100%, but if I can just put this in, what you're saying is really where we want to, it's like the destination, if so to speak. It's not really the right word because there is nothing like that, but it's like the end result of basically being completely free, right? Okay, so what I want to bring in is I've been working on this, it's not a program, but a way of getting myself, the way that I got myself out of those programs, all right? Okay, I mentioned love, number one, was the big thing. And I also started to realize that the electromagnetic energy that is around us, it's exactly what you're saying. They're basically using our energies against us. That's really where we've been going with our discussions. And I'm just going to recap a little bit and just say that electromagnetic heart energy is also in the heart, okay? The heart energy that's being divided. How to free yourself from that illusion is to use sound. Okay, and I'm using the principle, the very old school principle of the way that the word is spoken to create a universe or to create, right? I can't quote from where it's coming from in the Bible. Yeah. I'm just bringing that as an example.
I very fast add this, make more clear. So yeah. Dark side was artificially generated cap. So there was empty space between third physical dimension and fifth physical dimension. What was shifted, yes. What was not supported. So what was like an empty space. So time travelers have been trapped in empty space between third physical dimension and fifth physical dimension. Limited space, yes. small area, but yeah. Zone what was not have anything. It's like a zone what not have anything before you shift, and when you have shift, is need to have like a planet surface same moment have shift, so you have all support like same what you have use like a stay. Other way, if you shift faster, you may lose all like a horizon and all stuff because you shift faster and you shift to state where is not like a support.
That would be likened unto the example of the speed of light, where everything starts to disappear around you. The speed of sound as well.
And because attention is faster than when you compare to visible light, your attention generates faster, so you lose everything what you can see invisible.
Correct. That's why sound works. Sound worked for me, and it's still working for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's grounding. Sound is working on the grounding.
When you say sound, what sort of frequencies or words or phrases or singing of some kind? Does it need to resonate?
What feels good? What feels good? What make you feel good? It's like if your own voice make you feel good, then it's your own voice. It can be specific. Can't be specific like exactly something frequency can be, but you need to trust how you feel.
That's right. Your heart. Okay, coming back to what Miles was asking, and just to take what you've just said, I'm putting that into what I'm going to explain. This specific sound, yes, comes from your intention. Okay. It's a sound that works in the same principle of a creator aspect, or to create with your heart, to create with energy, right? And
because people have ultrasonic core, people have already frequency, people have already on unique sound wave.
Correct.
But what people cannot hear because it's like an ultrasound. is
Yes.
higher. You may hear like a white voice when you have a very strong effect, but
Yes,
but it's like a white noise.
that's right. So now what you
But we can
do
hear.
is you basically bring that sound into your consciousness. In other words, you're
Yeah,
setting the
yeah,
intention,
and control.
right?
Start to control.
Yes, and the
Which
first
can
thing that you basically work with is a string of words. You can use music if you want to. It has to be generated by yourself, firstly. I don't sing. I just say a few words which I've written down with guidance that are absolutely positive. In other words, there's no space for the word no or not or anything that goes against that. Okay. It works with. I just need to check here what I wrote here because it works exactly with the heart energy. Okay, and the heart energy is comes from. Let me just see here.
you can
It's when you become aware.
you can pick music what you like, but problem is when you choose some music, it may work in moment, but next moment you may need something, and it's like when you like to pick something ready-made, then it need to like continuously find new. But when you generate own, and when you hear your ultrasonic core area, you already have idea what have effect to make stronger and what have effect to make weaker. So you can start to control your own state, like
Yes.
your own sound.
Yes. Yes, because you're in charge of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
For people who have never done this before, how would they start? I mean, how would they sort of know what to do to start?
All right. Okay. I would like to just simplify this. Sound comes from within you. That when you speak, as we're busy talking, that is sound. And when you put words to it, you create an intention which is already within you. But you don't have to feel anything right away yet. I'm talking about people who are really, really stuck. And I've helped people who have been solidly stuck, where they have no idea what the word esoteric even means, like even that. Okay. So what basically happens is, I need to give a little bit of a background to that, is this works on the same, like Schumann resonance, or it works on the Schumann resonance, which is basically sound. Okay. Coming back from there, when I speak a few words, I start to activate certain aspects inside of myself because I'm speaking it just by itself. Eventually, as I'm starting to speak it more and more and more, it takes 21 times to create a new habit. For example, it takes 21 cigarettes to start smoking. That's just anyway, the same way when you speak these words, you'll be able to bring yourself into that intention of what it is that you would require. So, for example, I've got one that's very, very good that I use, is I am, and I always start with I am, okay, which means it switches on the creative frequency, rather, okay?
Is that like transcendental
I am
meditation? Is that
Sorry?
Is that not with as you do in transcendental meditation?
No. No meditation.
Okay.
No meditation is
Okay.
needed. You don't have to do nothing. Okay, just hold on, Mika.
Focus to vocals. When you say I am, what you do, you start high vocal, you go to medium, you go to lower, you ground your own energy. So
Exactly.
vocal, what is used like in book language is vocal manipulation. But when you turn to have like when you make your own language, or when you focus to feel vocals what you speak, then you find how to control on stage.
Yes, correct. So starting with I am whole. That's it. There's no meditation needed. There's nothing that can make you feel like you need to be in any other type of program state, or you have to do nothing. You don't have to do anything. All you do is you say this word, I am whole. 21 times out loud. That's it.
But
That's it. And then tomorrow.
what happened? You get meditative state more or less.
You can
You
eventually,
don't
as you
need to,
start.
because this I am is method or way to have like a meditation with words or with vocals is work. So this same thing you can make silently and you can make with your voice. Just look what work. But is
Yeah.
what you reach more or less is meditative state without meditation. You turn
Yes.
to inside. You turn to inside.
That's it. That's now that sort of going inside is scientifically they would call it implosion. All right, and when you implode, you start to create, and that that aspect scientifically is how they've tried to create what are they antimatter and all of that stuff. It's the same thing. So you can basically talk and you speak these words and you create a new universe, for example. That's just very crudely explained right now. I can elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, if you do, because I think it's a bit new agey that create your own universe. Hey,
No.
Well, dark side was make trick. Dark side was generate language what have high vocals and low vocals mixed together and with some breaking vocals. So when you look, A is high, B is low, C is high, D is low, so on, about is not exactly, but when you have high low vocals mixed together, you have always medium state. And when you speak book language is programmed language, you not have control to your own state and you not feel effect, but you have like effect what is you lose your own energy and you not feel so good. You cannot speak a lot because you not know because you automatically speak wrong.
Yes.
You already break your own state.
That's right. The only way. This has got nothing to do with creating universes or anything like that. It's not New Age at all. It's actually very old stuff that's been inherent in all of us all this time. Like electromagnetic energy, you just put a sound to it, which has got a word connected to it. Okay, it's the same. The way that
it's like a balancing. It's
yes,
like a balancing.
Bringing a balance in. Because at the moment,
because without your own control, you are too high or too low. Especially when not honest person, then you easily too high, too low, and you need to find your own natural state, but it's not too high, not too low, to your own being.
Yes, eventually, as you start saying these words, and I only use that sentence as an example. Okay, what's happening at the moment is. There is a great deal of programming taking place. There is negative programming. The programming has got to do with disassociating yourself from your heart energy, okay? Making you feel like you're separating from yourself. Making you feel that you're starting to develop a cold heart and that you're becoming apathetic towards your fellow neighbor who's stabbing the other neighbor with a knife because he wants or she wants money. For example, okay, this is on the go, quick, get yourself sorted out advice in this time as we're in right now, this timeline, okay? And because they use, the negative elements or those who are using Sony to program us when we watch a movie or what the hell ever with the images or the sound, there's always sound that's throwing us out. There's flashes, okay, so audio visual, right? You can basically do the same in reverse. You're basically throwing it back away. You're getting yourself out of that by using the mantra. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was right.
I'm calling it a mantra because there's no other word for it.
Yeah, I was right this today before we will start this program already before today. Be angry to program, not to people. So
yes.
you want to make different. You want to make good. Then decrypt and remove self-programming and on connection to program from on life. but not try to be angry to people because they are in same situation.
That's right. That's why when you use this mantra or God,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to find a way to explain what it means. I don't want to give it the word mantra because it's got a new age connection to it. I'll
Well,
have to
it
find
sort of implies meditation.
Yeah,
Say
meditate.
that.
It's
Yes,
you use mantra for meditation, a word repeat.
Okay, yeah. I suppose that's what it is. It's working because things are starting to shake loose. I've been seeing how things have started to change, and this is just done by a very few, a small group of people of us around the world. We've been doing this at a certain time. We've been doing it, okay, and we've already started seeing great changes taking place. Even though it looks like you won't be able to see it smack dab in your face, you start to feel these changes. I mean, for instance, just the fact that there's all of this political unrest. It's explaining to you that there are people who are greatly unhappy about where they are at the moment. They're starting to wake up. Okay, so
Yeah.
with what you said, Mika,
Is chain reaction when you make your own state stronger and control your own state better? Is already chain reaction to around. It's automatic.
that
No
energy.
no need to think.
Is that a
It's-
bit like the
it's-
100th monkey effect? It's the sort of how the consciousness
It's
goes sort of subspace.
It's even without you know.
That's
Even
it,
without
yes.
you know. It's just what you feel. If
In
you
your heart,
if you go to stand side person on street and you know to control your state and build up your energy, person feel positive effect side you, but person not know how or what happened or person not have idea, but person can feel.
I'm going to give you an example, something that's happened with exactly what you're saying. I'm just strengthening that point. I was walking in town, and there was a particularly not a very safe environment where I was going through, and the unsavories were around on the street corner there, and they were really checking me out, and they wanted to make me know from their instinctive energy that I must become afraid of them. When then I decided, okay, I'm picking up on your energy. I acknowledge you're standing there. I'm just going to be completely calm and not even loving towards you, just tolerant of your life situation where you're in, because really you're unhappy. That's why you're angry. That's why you want me to be afraid, bully. So I go and I walk past them and I say, how's it going? How are you doing? And they were like, oh, hello. And that broke the energy like there at that moment in time.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
was
It sound like cannot work because people not have no look before. But
okay, but that's now with what you were saying with the heart energy.
yeah, is what is correct what you say. Is exactly how you say. But
Yes.
what people not know easily is electric grid disturbed and cell phone towers disturbed. What is situation? You have disturbed about almost 3.5 hour day. You have disturbed from outside your own being to your own being to keep your flat. So
Yeah.
I was know to look and I was go to street and I was just moment. I was already street moment before disturb was start, as I was know what time, and I was seeing people behavior was totally different. They was like a bad words or moment when disturb was started. They was almost like a crazy or zombie after disturb was started, and yeah, it's so strong.
Exactly, it's also with what you're saying. If I can just add this on. Now, there is a Japanese scientist, I think he's passed away now. He had an experiment where he had 2 glasses in water and he had rice in each glass. Okay? And because we have 70% water inside of us, this is why I'm bringing this in.
Yeah.
For 1 month, he spoke to the 1 glass good words. He said, hello, I love you. how are you? I'm thinking of you. I love you. Played beautiful music to it, and he nursed it. The other one he neglected and was angry with it. He didn't even speak to it. He was neglecting it. He was very destructive towards it, word wise. Okay, words. He said ugly words. He swore at it. Okay, so by the end of the month, he started to see that the one that he spoke nice words to, little seedlings started to sprout in that cup. Okay, and the other one, they died. So because we have 70% water inside of us, logically, you would expect that when you speak to another person and you have that in your mind, you're going to make something die inside of them, or you're going to make something grow inside of them by how you speak to them. And that works with regard to the heart energy, the electromagnetic heart energy. Now, those little rice, you call it seedlings, are also coming from an electromagnetic energy which is on the planet. Everything that we are in and that we live in, this earth exists as an electromagnetic energy.
Well, I have to butt in here. It's a scalar energy. It's electromagnetic, not necessarily. Scalar energetics. We need to get across that. It's a different. Need to address that.
And people have an attention effect, and attention effect travel like a very fast. It's instant effect. When you think somebody, you already have effect to person. And effect may stay longer period because person have blood or water or liquid over 50% from physical body. So what effect you make is like a physical body have ability to copy, or like how to say, remember. So, and why physical body have why physical body have delay. So with physical body need to always work with days delay. You make effect right now, you see effect after days. Or if you make effect with very high energy, with very high strong effect, then you have more instant effect. But normally with low energy, with medium energy, you have days delay. So you need to like work slowly with physical body. But like you can't work instantly, but effect is always slow and delay. So when you get effect to blood, is go instantly to cell level. Blood carry boost to cell level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miles, you mentioned something about scalar. Would you just repeat that?
Yeah, the scalar energetics is a multidimensional wave. It's not restricted in the same way that an electromagnetic wave is. So a lot of the energies we're talking about are scalar energetics, and they're not restricted to the time domain in the same way that a vector wave is. That's to say, an electromagnetic wave, which is two energy waves folding in and rotating and doing things. So I think if people started to understand about where are we? I'll get myself on.
There's many
the whole point is that scalar energetics, the whole science behind that's being restricted so heavily that people need to get more into the scalar side of physics and find those old textbooks. A lot of this was taken out of the textbooks way back in the 1930s, but if you can find that and learn from that, there's a whole range of sciences and issues that we can now talk about. And a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is explained because of scalar physics, the scalar aspect of physics, and about how you can, with your intention and all that side of things, works because of the scalar physics, which have been hacked out of the equations and restricted.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel too.
Because in physical dimension, with energy, you can generate voice and or pressure or signal what generate disturbing effect. So there's more than one way. There's a lot ways how people are pressured down, keep it flat. But so yes, it's correct what was said.
Yes, the scalar energies. Yes, I say electromagnetic energy because that's what's on the planet at the moment. Scalar energy is the effect that is not restricted. Is that correct?
Well, they're both
Miles?
together. It's just a light wave is scalar. Now, a light wave is a vector wave, which is electromagnetic. A radio wave is electromagnetic. But
Right.
the kind of waves you're talking about with intention and your thought waves, and for
Yeah.
instance, the waves on the sea are longitudinal waves, which are scalar.
Right.
So
Okay, then that's-
they're instantaneous. The energy can go to anywhere in the universe.
Then
It's not restricted to the time domain in the same way as space-time electromagnetics is.
Yeah.
And what you're saying there is you're basically just connecting with what I've actually been looking at today in trying to explain a bit more. There's a guy called Victor Schwaberger.
Yes. Yes,
That's it.
that's absolutely the whole science that he was involved with,
Yes,
and Tesla,
yes.
all heavily suppressed.
That's what I'm basically going at with regards to the saying the words 21 times on, and it actually starts to work on your heart energy. It actually starts to work on it because your heart then eventually starts to speak for you. Now I've done some experiments where I've felt sound coming out of my chest because I wanted to experience a reverberation of energy going to somewhere out of space or whatever. Okay. And that specifically is something that has happened. There was a sound. I tried it once. I tried it again. There was a sound, a loud sound, but that works. It's like I said, I use myself as a guinea pig, and that is what I found. This coming to what you're saying with I'm bringing in his name again. Used it was mathematics. Used Pythagoras' teachings.
Yeah, that's why
And
Pythagoras ultimately got bumped off. There's a whole pile of numbers there, special numbers and orders which are all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that relates to scalar energetics as well, how
Yeah.
wavefront energies and things all work.
Yeah, that's
And,
it. That's basically it.
It's good to repeat something because you cannot translate what is effect. You cannot translate effect with one repeat only once. It's good to
Yeah.
repeat. And what I was like to say, electromagnetic fields. What effect electromagnetic fields have to physical body and to blood is electromagnetic fields render or re-render blood positive effect to negative.
Yes,
Pretty fast. Is pretty
Yes.
fast effect.
that is exactly it. So make it work positively then eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
structured water or crystal water is good to drink because it's give boost to blood and blood carry boost to cell level.
Correct.
And normal
Correct.
tap water. There was person before interview Miles Johnston, grid keeper, was say pressured water is not good because it had been under pressure and pressure had break molecular structure. And it need to restructure it before it's good water. So pipe water, tap water, filtered water is not good directly. It's good to restructure it before drink. Like a
Yeah.
give boost.
Yeah, and of course the sacred water which comes from the ground in the deep down, it's got the spiral energy,
Yeah.
the triple spiral, and that's a
Yeah.
male-female double helix spiral, triple
it's
helix.
Yeah.
like a raw fresh juice have same quality already built in, and spring water have same quality without need to make.
Yeah, and
It's-
as
it's
such,
already
the heart itself isn't a pump; it's an oscillator.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
a pump.
Yes.
Hardly yes.
It's a
Yeah.
resonating energy device.
Yeah,
It's a dynamo. It's something that generates it. Now it
Yeah.
needs two sides to it to actually make it work, combined. So it mustn't be. At the moment, everybody. I'm speaking figuratively now, is functioning with a half a heart because the other heart of mind or other half of my heart is occupied. It's occupied with whatever it is that's weighing it down. Okay. Now, when you start speaking these words and you're using the scalar energy, which I like that word because I'm familiar with it now, it explains a bit more. Thanks, Miles. That's where I feel resonate with that. when you start using that way of speaking, repeating it 21 times, you start to switch those half of your hearts together. You start putting it together. Eventually, that engine starts to work like a whole engine. Then you don't feel like you lack anything anymore because you're whole. So you are not feeling lonely or sad anymore because you're happy within yourself. It removes, the first block that it removes is the feeling of lacking, feeling that you don't have anything, feeling that you're worthless or whatever. Yeah, that's the first emotional energy that you're starting to experience. It starts to actually, I think I read somewhere where the heart also sees. I can't remember where I saw this, but there is also the same cells that are inside your, there is inside of your heart as well.
Well, it's a sort of a second brain. There's a brain near the lower edges of the stomach. We're coming up to the end of part 4. Another few minutes if you wanted to sort of give a sort of conclusion as to the sort of things you've been saying this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can speak first.
Okay. I just basically wanted to say that it's recapping. Scalar energy is the intention with heart energy, using the Earth's electromagnetic energy to create a positive reality around you. That's it.
Yeah, good. And from Finland?
Mika?
When you, I have two things. When you look how people start to grow in mother's stomach, is from heart area, and spine area is not from head area. So it's nothing about head. And spiders, what like start to grab into head or spine or combination both, they are not directly. They're not like a direct connection to mind, person mind. They try to ask license from person. So person basically need to give a license to something grab into head or stay. But
is this
but this not happen without person on license. When person say clearly no, as many times needed to say, it's good to learn to say no.
Yeah.
They cannot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think that's almost enough for part 4, and we'll have a quick break and a tea break, fag break, or whatever break we want to have, and we'll be back with part 5. Is there anything you want to focus on for part 5 just before we cut part 4?
Now it's open talk. I not have any more notes, so I was clear all notes out already. So new subjects, or we continue same subjects, but I don't have specific thing yet in my mind.
Well, in which case, do you want to leave part 5 for another day? I mean, we've got to edit parts 2, 3, and 4 still.
If you like, no problem.
Or are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm great with that.
I managed to eat my Christmas mince pie during this, so that was my contribution to Christmas. God help us. Well, we'll leave that for a few days, a couple of days, and we'll get back, and maybe I'll get that second Skype computer working with intention and positivity, and not swearing at the computer. So.
Well, let me tell you something weird. My machine has been switching itself off, which is really bizarre.
Yeah.
Since before I started with the first Skype interview with you guys. So
well, we did talk
definitely something.
Yeah, that maybe you got
or Linux or Windows.
Windows.
Yeah, for sure, because Windows is so easy to hack.
Yeah, but it's designed to be, isn't it, so that they can keep tabs on us, just in case us children might come up with independent thinking and discussion.
Yeah. You wake up.
Yeah, you know the word.
They face from your computers.
Yeah, I think
What I like to say, I was when I was make before online video, so I was make like a real time recording to internet, and there was one person was disturbing me, and I was asked from person why he disturbed. He answered to me was he or they like I'm same what or become same what everybody. So is give idea why they disturb, because
Okay, so they're resonating. Is that what you're saying?
they like
As well.
they like I'm like a normal or become like a they. I was answer to person. I have been similar what you are, so I'm not have been so different. And then person was like a stop.
So okay.
Because I could generate some
Okay.
understanding with ask what is problem, why you disturb, because always one person was disturbed.
Yeah.
And he was know
Okay.
what he do. He was some level know what he do. He was paid or he was just do because some reason.
Okay.
So nothing to say.
Okay.
I'm empty.
I just need to mention that by the end of this coming week, let me just see. I'm going to be from Friday. I won't be in any internet area coming next week Friday. So if we're going to do something, if we can
maybe do it on Tuesday.
That'd be great.
Tuesday, yeah.
Well,
that seems to be enough from you, and enough from me to record on this.
Okay.
Okay, just because we're talking about this, I don't want to lose this. So we've just come back on and record here, and I mean I've been talking about my. Oh bloody! What the hell is it?
Please talk about that.
Yeah, I've been.
That's important.
Oh God!
I've
Do
never
something.
heard this.
I've taken this out of program. Oh come on, bloody yeah! There. I was talking about this is the valve. Just reveres. We've just come to add this to part 4. This is the output valve, and Energy 106's transmitter. It's a huge valve. It's not huge. It's a bigger valve, and I was explaining that I witnessed this huge spider type thing on top of this inside the transmitter. This is like 8,000 volts on it. This is the output connection, comes into the electrically where the stuff is actually connected to the antennas electrically. So this was on the final output, just repeating myself, because we've just been discussing this. And this thing came off it and crawled off. It was bigger slowly inside the transmitter when I took the cover off so I could see it. And I got about 2 seconds to 3 seconds where this thing crawled away. It was like a spider, but moved like a crab. And that was called a scuttler.
Okay.
So that's just for the sake of this recording. But
yeah, I have note. People have evening time from about 10:30 to 11:30. People are disturbed with electric grid or with combination electric grid and different source. But people are clearly disturbed 1 hour in evening time, and then on night time is from 20 minutes or 50 minutes before 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and strongest signal, strongest frequency, negative effect feels about 4 o'clock.
Well, I've been told by a colleague of mine never work on computers after 10:30 in the evening. If you got a problem, leave it.
I can, yes, because you can normally never get it sorted. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We've got, whenever something is busy happening for me, something negative is happening, I normally see this little spider.
Out of the corner of your eyes?
Yeah. Quick though. Then it's gone.
Yeah, you get about maximum 3 seconds of perception on it before it seems to delete its existence from your consciousness.
Yes.
I don't think it actually disappears. I think it just gets you not to see it anymore.
I haven't seen it for a very long time. I've seen just the other day, just before we started to talk, something that was quite weird. I saw a bird. We've got it's like an ibis. They call it a harida in this country.
What would that look like? What would that roughly look like to anybody who hasn't seen it? Is it like a crow or a jackdaw or like eagle?
No, like a very big ibis. Right. Sacred ibis size big thing, but it's not a pretty bird. It's an ugly thing. It's got grey feathers and so on.
Is it a bit like a jackal or not a buzzard? that would eat?
No, not entirely. It's got a very thin sort of beak, which means it only picks on little bugs and so on. I can get you a picture. I'll send it to you. And it descended down into our garden. And as I was looking at it, when you stand in the sun and you cast a shadow over the wall, and it's like a 2 o'clock shadow, when the shadow goes long.
Yeah.
As this bird came into the garden, it came down at an angle, and from it was this black piece or black energy that followed it and descended into the bird. It was as if that was in a bird shape, and it came to me and pooped right next to me and walked away, and I didn't see that bird again after that. So there's some other weird things in this country. It's a very old, primitive, negative energy, which is something that has not been discussed, actually. So that's something for next
later.
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we was think to talk about energy today.
Yeah.
We was forget.
Okay, well, we'll. This is as they call the epilogue on some of the old TV programs.
I think next we remember right now is next subject is talk about energy, because it's like we not have talk about energy. What is energy? And
okay,
well,
we'll wind that up, and it's late for you again in your countries, and it's getting later in this country, and it's freezing to death. Okay, if I say that again, okay, right. Cheerio. God bless.
Cheers. You too. Bye.